Yeah, go.
All right, this is a demonstration video of what my friend here has created. Do you want to?
So I'm Aryan. I'm 17 years old right now. I go to Stanton High School. Here's a demonstration I've created between two brushless motors. So one of these motors right now I have is a follower. It doesn't really have much force on it, so anyone can move this, and it's pretty light to move. Connected to it by encoders, magnetic encoders embedded in these motors, is a follower motor. This will do any action which is sent by this, and right now it's copying the velocities and the encoder positions. So essentially what this means is I can get any position being sent from this thing, it will network over onto my computer and it goes to this motor. But there's a special caveat with this. This thing is also sending its encoder positions back to this motor. So what this means is you can have force feedback coming from this thing to over here. Now, if you look over here on my screen, you'll see this white bar. This is just like a representation of how different the two motor positions are. And if I try to come over here and rotate these against each other, an error factor is created. And that makes it difficult for me to hold these two motors in the same position. That's literally feedback. Now, something like this is just a normal small brushless motor. What I can do is connect gear ratios to it and even make this on larger scales. The benefit of doing this digitally is I can do anything I want with these signals. So here's a small demonstration of, say if I had different gear ratios between the two motors. The motors are spinning right now just because they're trying to take in feedback, but now I can have this motor give a 0.1 gear ratio to the other motor. That means every rotation that this thing does is 100 rotations for this, and if I were to rotate this one time all the way through, it takes a lot of force because all of the momentum from that motor is being felt by this motor. If I do one whole rotation, that becomes one full digital rotation for this thing. And if I were to move it the other way, I don't think I want to do that because that might break the motor. But that kind of thing, it's difficult for me to move this too. That's momentum, literally the weight of this motor being transferred over digitally to the other motor. So yeah, networking and DC brushless motors.
Awesome.
Okay.
So the implication of this, if you can go back to 1-to-1 ratio.
Yep. 1 second.
Yep.
Okay.
The implication of that is, imagine you can actually have a force feedback over distance. So now, so you want to go ahead and,
Yeah,
yep.
I'll hold this.
So now he's going to turn to the right, and notice I can actually try to hold it.
Like it goes off the table.
Basically I can actually feel his him turning the motor. So that's how you can get force feedback. So I can actually feel this. Imagine you can do a handshake over a continent and you can feel it. So this is just one actuator, so you can actually create, let's say, 6 or 7 degrees of freedom of human arm, and you can actually have force feedback. And you can also train AI with this. So this is the implication of using open source system like this and creating something really cool, and using Unity and Reach Cloud. All right, thanks.